everyone. So now what I'm showing you is the Bayeux Tapestry, and this is an important historic piece of art because it actually records a very famous battle, and it tells the battle in pictures here, and it is the most accurate historical account that we have of this battle. So it is the Battle of the Norman and Anglo-Saxons that is recorded in this. And I have a little video up about the Normans, and it explains that the Normans are actually Vikings that had come from the north. That's why they're called Normans, simply from the direction they came. And they settle on the mainland of Europe, and they establish themselves there, and that becomes known as Normandy. And so I'd like you to watch the video, and it shows a little bit more about the tapestry, and it just also doesn't explain in the video, but also when we look at a tapestry like this, again, it's just so important, this type of art, to show that art is being recorded, history is being recorded in these pictures, and then hundreds of years later we are studying this piece of art to learn about history. It shows the importance of art. So we're going to look at now quickly manuscripts, textiles, and wood carvings. So here we have an image by Hildegard. And Hildegard is, again, a female name, right? So we do have a few, like I've said, a few female artists that we come to know. And they were living in abbeys and studying, devoting themselves to God. And she becomes an important figure because here it's showing that she had these kind of like visions, she said, that God came and spoke to her. So here we have these red things coming down. It's supposed to be God coming and speaking to her, and she's writing it down. And then she's showing another monk here, and she eventually started to tell people that she had these, visions, or these, encounters with God coming and speaking to her. And she had a whole sect of people that were following her. And she begins to tell stories and write things that maybe like hundreds of years later become like supposedly like discovered. But if we look back in time, Hildegard had actually already done them. So I have a little video up about her, quite an interesting figure that not really much has been written about, and not very many people really know about her. And the last image I'll show you here, it's a carving, and this is, it says the Metropolitan Museum of Art, but it's actually located all the way at the top of Manhattan in a section of the museum called the Cloisters, which is their medieval section. And so if you ever get up to Washington Heights area, it's really a place to go. It's quite a beautiful museum. And so this is a picture of Mary and Jesus, right? And we've seen many images of that before, the Virgin and Child. And this is from France from the late 12th century. But if you look at Jesus's face, it's kind of interesting that he looks like an adult or even an older man in this depiction. So he's shown this way because they want to show that he has the wisdom or the knowledge of having lived a lifetime, even though he's supposed to be at this point an infant. So sometimes we see him depicted this way, that he's older like that. And then the way that the artist was able to carve the lines of the folds into the fabric to kind of mimic the rings or the lines within the wood, I have always thought this to be really quite beautiful. They look very somber in this, not overly happy, or maybe stoic, because of the religious symmetry of the piece that's being depicted here. And We also know that a section of this can be opened, and there is perhaps like a hidden compartment within this, which is kind of interesting as well. So it's not a big piece. It's 31 inches in height. And like I said, if you ever have time to go up to the cloisters, it's really a fun place to go visit for the day. So I believe that is all I have. Yes. So we'll pick this up next week with Gothic art.